Welcome back to the Sports Talk with Hawk podcast. I am Hawk, and we are heading into the full schedule of week 2 in the NFL season. Welcome in, everybody listening on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, ring the notification bell, do all the things so that you get notified and that you can hang out every time I post a podcast. All right. Let's talk about last night for a real quick second here. Um, saw that one coming. If you remember from my last podcast, if you remember from last night, I said Cook was going to be big, and I said they were just going to play Tua. And by golly, George, that is what they did. They played Tua. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and not a half bad way for the Buffalo Bills to basically dismantle the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa is currently in concussion protocol. Threw 3 interceptions before that happened. They outgained the Bills by basically 100 yards. Outgained them. Time of possession, 13 minutes more. 13 more minutes. And lost 31-10. James Cook had one heck of a night. Josh Allen didn't have to do much. The Miami offense basically dictated the game. So they did do that, but it was to their own detriment. I don't believe Miami's that good. You guys know from my picks, I don't see them much more than a 9-8 team. I do not see them as this team that's actually going to ever fight the Buffalo Bills for the top in the AFC East. I definitely don't see the Jets doing it, even with Aaron Rodgers. But here's what's concerning if you're the Miami Dolphins. Every time Tua plays a big team, he shrinks. That's what you really need to dial in on right now. That's the issue. There is nothing worse than when you have a quarterback who every time he plays against a quarterback who is legitimately better than he is by a wide margin, that he shrinks. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Where is he? He doesn't even show up sometimes. Like, there's a reality here that's starting to become abundantly clear. He's not it. He's not it. He's not the guy that's going to lead the Dolphins to the promised land. Now, on the other side, if you're the Buffalo Bills, this is what championship teams can do. Championship teams can, in a sense, get outplayed, although they weren't. Lose time of possession because they didn't need it. Not really get that many yards at all. And win by 21. Heck of a game. Heck of a game by the Buffalo Bills, 31-10 in Miami. Now Miami is already looking up. And my belief is they'll do that the entire rest of the year. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the picks for the week. Now, like I said last week, I like doing them on Friday. Some of these, the odds themselves will get bet down as far as, over-unders and stuff like that. And I use the over-unders for the picks that I'm willing to do. I don't like trying to pick massive spreads, okay? So Hawks pick 6. These are the 6 games I am going with this week. They failed me last week. I went 5-2 last week, by the way. My lock won. 4 of my other picks won. Went 5-2, so not a horrible week to be able to start out with. This week, my first pick in Hawks pick 6. We're going to go the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Cleveland Browns. Jacksonville needs to do it. They got to keep pace with Houston. They got to firmly stamp themselves as the second team in the AFC South. I believe Jacksonville will come out this week. Their offense looked pretty good last week. It's a fumble away loss. They fumbled away to get the loss into the end zone nonetheless. So, all in all, I got Jacksonville. Jacksonville at home over the Cleveland Browns. That's the first pick for those who want to know what the odds are. Right now, Jacksonville are 3-point favorites, which means basically Las Vegas is saying they're even. And they get the 3 points just because they're home. Okay? All right, the next game I am going to pick is going to be a game that could end up, very well could end up biting me. This is a game that, if you remember when I was doing my schedule picks, this is actually a game that I changed on the fly, and I kind of believe it now. Seattle last week won 26-20 at home, opening weekend, 12th man against the rookie quarterback. New England wins on the road in Cincinnati. I'm going to do the crazy thing. And I thought this would be a win for the Patriots, potentially. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to put it in cement. I'm going Patriots with the upset win at home in New England. They are currently 3.5-point underdogs. I'm going with the underdog, going with the team that most people don't think is really all that great. I'm going with the Patriots at home over the Seahawks. I'm not a huge believer in the Seahawks. I do believe that Mike Macdonald will have a good team. I do believe that once the offense really gets clicking, when they get the run game pound and ground game going, that the Seattle Seahawks will be vying for that 7th wild card spot. That I believe. But in week 2 in New England, cross-country trip, I'm taking the Patriots. I'm just taking the Patriots. That's what I've got right now. All right. Third one. I didn't pick this game necessarily the way I wanted to last week, but I got, every week, the Colts will be my pick every week. Okay? I will be picking the Colts game no matter what. Right now, the Colts are 3-point favorites over the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. The hardest part about this game, sorry, thirsty. The hardest part about this game, Juju Brents, the corner for the Colts, out for the year. Dallas Flowers has never looked great. We only have 6 defensive backs as of right now playing total in the secondary. DeForest Buckner has a back injury, could be out. Kwity Paye has an ankle injury, also could be out. It's week 2. Green Bay without Jordan Love. Malik Willis starting. I think it's going to be a quick game. I think the game will be a lot on the ground. Indianapolis will try to do the same thing it did last week and bomb everything deep downfield. I want to pick the Colts. The Colts should win this game. Without Jordan Love, they should win this game. I am hesitant to pick the Colts, though. Man, am I hesitant to pick the Colts. But the Colts are favored by 3, and I think that's going to be what the game is. I'm going to go 20-17, Colts over the Packers. The game moves relatively quick. We got lots of time to watch extra coverage after the game is over. That's going to be my guess. Colts 20-17 over the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. All right, my fourth one in Hawks pick 6. I'm going Washington Commanders at home against the Giants. They're 1.5-point favorites. Vegas isn't really giving great odds no matter which way you go. But I'll tell you what, I am going Commanders. They're at home, division rival, but these guys don't know what this rivalry is. So that matters nothing to them. And there's no meaning in this. Okay, these guys, the Commanders are brand new. The Giants, Daniel Jones sucks. The Commanders' Week 2 defense will be much better than Week 1. I like him in the spot against the Giants at home. I like Jaden Daniels. He'll carve up the Giants. Washington Commanders at home, 1,000%. All right, a game that I am questioning, and it must be because of all the injuries. It has to be because of all the injuries. The Cardinals are favored by 1.5 over the Rams at home. Now, I don't know if that is faith in the Cardinals because of how they played against the Bills last week, or if that's no faith in the Rams. I'm sorry. I don't see this game being that hard for them. I don't. I don't see this game being that hard. The defensive line for the Rams is good. I'm going Rams all the way. Rams over the Cardinals. I predicted them to lose last week. They almost pulled it out. I said what I thought was going to happen. The offensive line made the difference in overtime. When the Rams were gassed, they ran out of guys. Cardinals, I don't feel have the ability to run with these guys. You saw what the Bills defense did to Tua in week 2. I don't think their defense was ready for Kyler Murray week 1. The Rams will know what Kyler Murray is, and Murray does not have very good success against the Rams. Defensively, they know how to stop him. Offensively, you get one guard back from suspension, I believe. And you just kind of see how everything else plays out. They did good last week against an actual good front. The Cardinals don't have a defensive pass rush. Kyren Williams should be relied on a lot. I like the Rams. All right, pick number 6. I'm going with the underdog Broncos at home against the Steelers. I know. I can hear Steeler fans. No respect. Listen, everybody respects your defense. Your offense sucks. Okay? Little known tidbit. Courtland Sutton had 12 targets from Bo Nix last week. He only hit on 4. Like I said yesterday, if that number just increases to hitting him 7 out of 10, his team's going to be good on offense. First start, rookie quarterback, threw 52 times. That's not the way to win. The Broncos won't play that way. Sean Payton will protect Bo Nix. He will have the game plan. He knows how to scheme. Broncos win. I don't know what else to tell you. The Steeler offense in the high altitude will do nothing. Will do absolutely nothing. The Denver Broncos at home win. They're underdogs right now by 2.5 points. I don't care. I'm going with the Broncos at home. And then my lock of the week in my Survivor League, which is the one where you pick one team and you can never pick the same team twice. So this is my extra point. This is my lock of the week. Hawks pick 6 is done. Extra point. Here's my lock. Houston Texans roast the Bears over a spit. Absolutely roast the Bears on a spit on Sunday Night Football. Dominate them. I mean, I'm saying basically what the Bills did. I'm saying 31-10, and they get the 10 in garbage. I don't know if Caleb Williams is going to cross 100 yards again. Back-to-back weeks, the number 1 pick is under 100 passing yards. That's what I could easily see happening. That defensive line had Anthony Richardson running for its life. The offensive line for the Bears is comparable to the Indianapolis Colts. I do not see this changing at all. This team is ready. They're on Sunday Night Football. They're at home. It's going to be loud. Houston Texans romp the Bears. Absolutely romp the Bears. So there we go. Quick recap. Hawks pick 6 this week. We're going with the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Cleveland Browns. We're going with the New England Patriots over the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts to beat the Packers. The Commanders to beat the Giants. The Rams to beat the Cardinals. And the Broncos to beat the Steelers. My lock of the week is the Texans to absolutely destroy the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football. And there's the picks. Friday night, you've got them all. Tomorrow, I hope if I get the time, I just had a really busy Saturday last week. As long as I get the time, tomorrow night will be the preview of this coming weekend. Every game, what to look out for, and we'll run down the list. We got a couple games that have some really big spreads. Vegas is expecting this to be a blowout week. I hope they're wrong. But we'll go over all that tomorrow night. Let's do a couple college picks here. Let's close it out with some college. I love some college football. We got a lot of rivalries this weekend. Let's go ahead and pick, you know what, let's do it. Let's just do 3 games real fast. So, the bigger games this weekend, we got the ranked matchup between Arizona and Kansas State at Kansas State. We got Alabama and Wisconsin in Camp Randall. And then you've got the other ones like Washington and Washington State are playing for the Apple Cup this week. Then you got Oregon at Oregon State. Funny thing about that one, the home team has won the last 4 matchups. Yeah, home team has won the last 4 matchups. And then you got IU playing UCLA. UCLA's Big Ten opener. Utah is at Utah State. There's some good games this weekend. There are some very good games this weekend. So let's pick 3. Let's just go 3 and let's close this out. Let's pick the rivalry games. Let's do Washington State. It's at Washington State. Washington State has not looked bad. Washington hasn't been outrageously impressive, although I do like Jebb Fish. I think he will have Washington back in the rankings very soon. So I do like that. But here is something I do not like. I do not like Washington in this situation. The Pac-12 announced they're getting 4 schools from the Midwest to come over and join, so they still need 2 more schools. That will be coming, I'm sure, in the next year. I don't expect it'll be now, but I'm sure within the next year. Look for that to take place. I'm going to go with the home team, and I'm going to go with the home team in both. I'm going to take Washington State, one of the Pac-12 members, and Oregon State, the other Pac-12 member, both of them to upset their Big Ten quote-unquote rivals. Both of them to upset their Big Ten rivals. I think Oregon has looked really bad. That is what, there's really no doubt about this. They've looked bad. So I got Oregon State beating them, Washington State beating Washington, and I'm going my Hoosiers. My Hoosiers are a favorite on the road in UCLA. They've scored a bunch of points to open the season. Last week put up 77 on Western Illinois. Thursday night, good Lord, Thursday night, South Alabama put up 87 points on Northwestern State. Good gosh, 87 points in an NFL or a college football game. Jeez. So those are my 3 college picks. We're going to go Washington State, Oregon State, and IU to go into the Rose Bowl, get 1 win in the Big Ten, be 3-0, and honestly looking potentially as a mid-tier Big Ten player. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for hanging out. These are my picks. Let me know if you agree, disagree. I know there's some of you that disagree. That's okay. I love it. I love it. Week 2 of the NFL. It's coming up. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow night for the preview of Week 2. Until then, for Sports Talk with Hawk, I'm Hawk, and I'm out.